Okay, what we're going to be doing right now is removing piston rings and cleaning out the grooves and cleaning up the pistons a little bit. And starting off with, I took all the rings off of them except I left this one. And yeah, I broke one ring. And is it easy to break rings? Well, it is and it isn't. I would compare them to glass. And, think of like a windshield. And, people take windshields in and out all day long. But you just bend it just right and crack, and that's the way piston rings are. Now, when I take the rings out, sometimes I use this to help get the oil ring out. But as I take them out, I line them up as the top to the middle, the compression rings and the oil ring, just in case I have to use one if I break one of the new ones putting it in. And I will use one of the old ones if that happens in this case. That's just the way I'm going to do it. And I'm going to say this, you probably won't break them unless you get a little going too fast, which is exactly what I did. But I was taking them out. And, okay, another thing I'm going to say, and I find this to be very important, take all the rings out of the pistons. And then when you start reaming the groove, or, cleaning out that groove, you can do, say, the oil rings, all the oil rings first. Then switch this over to the compression ring size that you have, and then do them all. I've seen people literally do one piston at a time, and they'll do the oil ring, then they switch this thing, and then they go to these. Then they get the next piston, they switch it back. And it might seem like not a big deal, but turning this thing and turning this and getting it back in place, it takes a little bit of time, and you do that, I guess you could say, 8 or 16 times. It adds up, and it's frustrating. These tools are rather awkward to use. If you've never used it, you're going to find it awkward, because just the way the piston is and everything with the rod on the end. And even if you've used them before, if you don't do it on a daily basis, you're just going to feel like it can get you, I'll just say. Now, here's one that I haven't cleaned yet. And I did clean this one out. And I hope you can see the difference. I know you can, I mean. Now, another question is, how many times do you spin this around? I like to go around one time, and definitely not more than 2 times. It was taking metal out. Now, I don't like to do that, and as long as I get out the majority of it, I feel pretty good about it. If you want to get it polished down to where you can shave yourself in it, hey, that's up to you. Now, you notice also, you see, it looks pretty good. And, this I haven't cleaned yet. I used wet sandpaper. I happen to have 220. That's what I'm using. I'm using a little piece, along with my WD-40 liquid hand soap gasoline mixture. And I spray a little on, and I don't get like real aggressive. Just, I clean it, and I clean the sides up a little bit. But again, I'm not trying to get this thing to look brand new. I just want it, decent clean. And having said all that, when I did remark it, I used a Black Magic marker. And I'll use that, or I'll use the white, I used white out on these. Sometimes I use a pencil, sometimes use a pen. But, it's good to have markers around, and you want to have masking tape around, because I think if I didn't already say it, when I take the rings off, I keep them just in case. Okay, having said that, let's just take these rings off here now, and let's see how they come out. Okay, what I do is I start with the top ring, and I'll push it up, and I'll have it laying someplace, and I get this thing, and you see those places, you want to get them like that, and you get it down there, and then you get that on there, and you squeeze that ring, and you see that, you'd put it on the same way. I'm just gonna, I'll be probably doing one showing putting them on. Now you see that thing's on there, and I did it quick, but you can snap it right back in if you're doing the new ring. So again, let's just do it again. And to me it's awkward, I don't do this every day. There's one, and then I'll put it down like that. Now I get the other one. Get that in there. Now the oil rings, you can take them out pretty much with your fingers. You see, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this good or not, but you just get that thing started. You kind of hold it. Say you hold your thumb on that one, and you pry that one out. See that? And then you want to get that edge past. You don't want it to stick in there. You want to get it out to there. And then you can just go around. You can take that off, and it just comes out real easy. Put it on here, make my little pile. Then I'll come around and I'll get the next one. And my hands are greasy, so it makes it, they're slippery when your hands are greasy. And I'll actually put the oil rings, when I do put them back, and that one came right out, they come out, that come out easy. I'll put the oil ring in first. I'm pretty sure I will. Now this one here that helps push that out, which I'm curious about, because I don't know if that's what came from the factory or not. Maybe this was refreshed at one point. I'm not sure, but that thing comes out. And that's all there is to it. And then, I'll clean that off with a little bit of this. Then I'll run that groove around there once, maybe twice, but like I said, I'm not concerned with getting it super duper clean. And then I will clean these up a little bit more. I'll probably use some gas and a little bit of this, and but I'm not going to get crazy about it. And that's about what I do. Anyways, I hope that's a little bit of help if anybody's getting ready to do the same thing. And on my playlist, if you don't know it, I'm putting a playlist together. I think this is going to be what I'll call episode 9, but I will include after this another person which is showing how to do it, which, I like the way he shows how to do it, so you can see another person's example. Everybody, thanks for watching, and share, subscribe. Take good care.